There's no pussyfooting around this. I'm coming out of the gate swinging. Halloween Ends wasn't that good. And I also desperately wanted it to be good. Because the first Halloween 2018 and even Halloween Kills, they were fun movies, you know? Halloween 2018 was more true to the original Halloween, but then Halloween Kills went off on its own path and was its own goofy self, and I liked it for that. It had some of the most inventive kills of the series, like the one where they hit the girl with the car door, and then the gun turns around and like shoots herself with it. That was one of the most fun kills in the entire series, but I unfortunately can't say anything like that for Halloween Ends. It was just a stink fest all around. But I do gotta give the movie credit because the intro surprised me. It caught me with my pants around my ankles, and dare I say, it was even a bit creative. Spoiler alert for what happens in the movie if you are going to watch it. But it starts off with this guy Corey, and he's babysitting a kid. I already forgot the kid's name. It doesn't really matter in the first place. But he's babysitting the kid. The parents are going off to a Halloween party, and then they just like, typical babysitter conversation until they decide to play hide and seek. Well, there's no verbal agreement to play hide and seek. The kid just kind of leaves while Corey's not looking, and he has to go find him. So he's walking around the house saying, "Jeremy, where are you? Jeremy, come on out, kid." And obviously the kid doesn't come out, and it starts to set these little clues up, like Blue's paw prints everywhere, all pointing to Michael Myers potentially being in the house, and we're going to start off with a good old double kill for Mocky Mock. They even go as far as to put a knife on the staircase when Corey is walking up them looking for Jeremy, and then he goes into the attic, but then, woo, here's the big surprise, hoopla, the kid pops out, shuts the door, locks him in the attic, and then he's going, "Oh, Michael Myers is gonna get you! Michael Myers is gonna get you!" At this point, I'm still expecting Michael Myers to be in the attic and, like, maybe kill Corey or something, but he doesn't. Michael Myers isn't here. He doesn't even show his face until, like, halfway through this movie. But Corey starts like kicking on the door, trying to bust it in, like he's the SWAT team trying to break into a house, or your mom trying to get into your room if you lock the door. And the kid won't open it. He's just saying, "Michael Myers is gonna get you." He's taunting Corey. So Corey keeps kicking, and he's really determined to get out of this attic. He's so scared for whatever reason. But he's like busting the door down. He's holding the knife that he picked up, and then the parents open the door right when Corey kicks open the door. And then the door, for some reason, the kid, Jeremy, is standing directly in front of the door, which hits him, and then he hits the railing, and then falls over the railing straight down to the bottom floor of the house, and cracks his neck right in front of his parents and dies on the spot. After seeing that, I had a glimmer of hope that this movie might be enjoyable like the past one, Halloween Kills, just like so bad that it's kind of good type of deal. But no, it's like you seeing a flower grow out of a turd. It's still majority shit. It's just only a tiny bit beautiful. But now to talk about the rest of this movie and the main thing I hated about it. I hate that it focuses on Corey as a character. It practically makes him the main character, and it becomes the Corey Cunningham show instead of the Michael Myers show. We don't even see Michael Myers until like halfway through, and he doesn't even do anything besides look at the camera until the main end, when he has his final duel with Laurie Strode's, which I'm not too, like, that's not a really big deal because the past two Halloween movies haven't really focused on him. They're more so focused on the family of Laurie and her daughter and granddaughter. So I'm not too mad about that. I'm just mad that they focus on this brand new character that just got introduced in this movie for seemingly no reason, and for whatever reason as well. He ends up connecting with Allison, who's the granddaughter of Laurie, and they form this little bond, and they start dating, and they become these little lovebirds, like two peas in a pod. And there's just no reason for any of this to be happening. But even if we look past all that, the way that this movie handles itself in the killings and like how they happen, pretty much what happens is Corey gets pushed off a bridge because he's getting bullied by high schoolers. He gets pushed off a bridge, falls beside a homeless dude who's insane or something. I don't know, he just blabbles on and doesn't really know what's going on, it seems. But he lands beside a sewer drain, which is where Michael Myers has been hiding out for the past 4 years, like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Maybe he's been rooming with Splinter down there or something. I'm not too sure. But this is where Michael has been since the events of Halloween Kills, which was 4 years ago. And now we're in present day. So once Corey gets pushed off the bridge, Michael comes on out of his hobbit hole and pulls Corey back in the storm drain back into the sewers with him. And then Corey wakes up in the sewers and like he starts walking around. He tries to leave. And then when he goes to leave, you get the trailer shot of Michael Myers grabbing him by the throat. But this is really where it gets real wacky. Michael looks into his eyes, and instead of killing him, he sees his past that shows a flashback of all the things that Corey's done, and even the kid he killed. And Michael's like, "Oh, you killed a kid too? You're not too bad, sport. I'm gonna let you live. And I'm also gonna maybe possibly infect you with my psychic evil powers and make you start killing people now." Because that's what happens. After he has that run-in with Michael, he apparently turns evil, and Lori sees Michael in his eyes when she looks at him. She even tells someone, she's like, "Yeah, when I look in Corey's eyes, I see his eyes." Sorry, I see Michael's eyes. So then Lori gets this big old boner for Michael Myers again. She's like, "Oh, it's hunting season and I gotta kill me some wabbits." She just gets this bloodthirst, and she's always looking out for Michael now. Nothing in this movie just feels well done. It all feels so sloppily and hastily put together, like one of the writers just pooped in their hand and slung that at the writing board, and that's how they made this movie. It just feels like that South Park joke where they have the manatees and the idea balls, and whatever balls they hit is how they, like, put together the Family Guy episode. That's what this movie feels like. It feels so random and just unnecessary. It never fully explains what happened to Corey to make him start killing, because he was a normal dude who accidentally killed a kid and somehow got off on a technicality. But then all of a sudden, after just looking into Michael's eyes and having that encounter in the sewers with him, he just takes on the Michael Myers persona and starts killing everybody. Him and Michael even team up on a couple of kills like they're a wrestling tag team in a match. They just go to this Lori's boss's house and kill him and the girl she promoted over Lori because they were having an affair. And Michael does his staple pin him to the wall with a knife kill on her, while Corey handles the doctor dude. Corey even brings what I think is the new sheriff of Hackenfield to Michael Myers as a sacrifice of sorts. I just really don't understand what is going on in this movie at all. At any point in this movie did I feel like I was following along with the plot. The biggest question I have is, does Corey look like Jeffrey Dahmer because he secretly had these killing desires, or did Michael Myers actually unlock or just put these evil thoughts in his head and just pretty much use him like a puppet to do his killing for him? Because at a point, Corey does put the Michael Myers mask on. And since he's a mechanic, coincidentally, he has the mechanic jumpsuit on, and he kills everybody. He gets his dad killed. He doesn't directly kill him, but he kills all the kids who bullied him and pushed him off the bridge and made him meet Michael Myers. He just does all this crazy stuff, and why? Like, Michael Myers has never shown these psychic abilities before to be able to persuade someone's mind like this to turn them into an evil villain. But somehow he's done this with Corey. The silly plotline of evil dies tonight and Halloween kills makes far more sense than this one. This one is just, it's so convoluted. I can't wrap my mind around anything they're trying to do. And I forgot to mention, Allison is acting like a baby back bitch this entire time. She's just, like, for some reason mad that Lori doesn't like Corey and doesn't want her to be with Corey. They're planning to run away together. And Corey's also trying to kill Lori this entire time. For some reason. I think because Michael wants him to, I guess. That's the only explanation that it gives. So that's what prompted him to go into Lori's house in the first place, which Lori set him down and humbled him like the little boy he is. You can't stand up to Laurie Strode, man. She's been a main character in this franchise since the beginning. You think you just coming in out of the blue in this movie, you're going to be able to take her down? No! But anyways, after she kills Corey and Allison's like gone because she got mad at her for killing Corey because she walked in on him, pretty much how the parents walked in on Corey after he killed the kid. Allison gets a call and says that Lori called in a suicide call on herself, like pretty much saying that she was going to kill herself. And it leads you to believe that she's about to do it. But it was all just a gag to make Michael, because she knew Michael was in the house. She, like, I guess her spotty senses were tingling. Her Michael senses were tingling. She knew he was in the house, so she acted like she was going to kill herself, which made Michael open the door, and then she unloaded a couple rounds into him with her pistol. And I can't be mad at that part. It was fun to watch. The beginning and the end are the best ways to enjoy this movie. Just cut out the middle part and you got yourself a good short film. Because it's always so fun to see Laurie Strode acting like a badass, just setting down Michael Myers, even though he's just this omnipotent, pretty much super villain. Like, he can't be killed, it seems. He can teleport, do all this stuff. And yet an old woman keeps humbling him and teaches him that he's always gonna be her possible brother, but not in this new trilogy, but used to be her little brother in the old movies. Anyways, she shows him who the boss is. They have her fought. He slosses her. She slosses him. He's holding her in the chokehold like the Undertaker. He's about to put Lori. He's about to put her lots out forever. When Allison comes back and saves the day, she knocks Michael's arm down. That's all she does really. And then Lori cuts Michael's thing here. What is that called? A big artery or whatever. And he's bleeding out. She stabs him in the heart even, I think. Anyways, he gets laid out on the table. He's dead. Dead. He's not moving, I should say. So the police all show up. They see Corey. They see Michael. And they're like, oh, that's Michael. You finally got him, Lori. Anyways, they take Michael out and they tie him to the top of the car like he's a deer after they just went deer hunting. And then the police officers are like, this isn't standard procedure. This isn't how we do stuff. And then I forget what his name is. He's a sheriff. His name's like Sheriff Barker or something. He was in the last movie and the one before that, I think. He steps out and he says, it is to not. So then they take Michael to the mechanic yard where Corey worked, and then they put him in the grinder. And that's like the final kill of the movie. That's how they end it pretty much. They put him going through the grinder, and it's honestly a pretty cool kill. You see Michael getting grinded up, and there's no way he can come back from that. He may be unkillable with, human tools, but he's not coming back from a grinder. Even if he does, he's not going to be able to kill nobody because he's ground meat. All he's good for now is being part of a hamburger, and that's about it. So all in all, I didn't like this movie whatsoever. I think the trilogy, it started off strong with the 2018 Halloween. I enjoyed that. It was a true-to-form Halloween movie. But then Halloween Kills, like I said at the beginning, kind of went off on being its own goofy, silly self, which I enjoyed. It was a fun, bad movie to watch. But then Halloween Ends, no. Nothing good to say about this whatsoever. I can't even think of a joke. If I could have a recommendation, if I could throw a little suggestion in the hat as to how I think the franchise should continue if they do that, I don't think they should keep making these trilogies and like different Halloween movies bringing Michael back. I think... Man, I'm burpy right now. I think they should do like Halloween 3, where they did like an anthology series. I think that is a good way they could make the series thrive once again. Because I enjoyed like the anthology type of format, and I think Halloween 3 did that all right. So I think if they do something like that, that could be a really good way to bring the series back. But please, don't do another trilogy like this. Just leave it where it is. Don't kick a dead horse. Anywhoozy, I'm taking my movie critic hat off. Actually, I'm going to put it back on and I'm going to give you a rating. I'm going to say this thing's a good old solid 4 out of 10, maybe 3.5. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I'll be generous. But now, taking the movie critic hat off, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.